we haven't seen, that's the early part of camp, right? You're trying to get, pairings together and interchange some people. So we haven't necessarily seen, Nick at full strength in game action yet, or where it all sits out. We certainly have some ideas in mind that we've discussed over the summer. But what I think it does is it gives us a little bit of options. And two things. It gives competition. And lots of times in training camp, as you two know, you can pencil in a lot of the names that where they're going to be. And here I think there's some real competition there. And there's different styles of players. We've got lefties, righties. We've got, I like our depth in the middle of the ice. We've got guys that, can play on a power play, can play on a penalty kill. So I think right now it's going to come down to, number one, performance. And then, as I said before, where we can see some fits. I know, Craig is intrigued by, Dakota and Nick as a possible pairing there. You've got size, you've got forechecking ability. And just in the brief little bit we've seen them in camp together, they're two big men that play down, that are hard to handle down low. You've got Nick that he's really intriguing for me as a right-handed centerman. And I think he's really excited about potential role here. So you're right. There's lots of bodies here right now. And as we talked about, we've got some young guys pushing as well. So ultimately, it comes down to performance. And we've said to the team, at the end of the day, this 3 weeks here, what we're looking for is ultimately who can help us win, and who's going to thrive in the role that we're going to need them to play. And that's really what this next, we're 2 weeks from the Bullets line for real. So that's really where a lot of our focus is where does everybody fit, who do they fit best with, and who's performing best.
Brad, I got to ask you about the blue line, because the depth has never been better, but the thought is still that Morgan has to be that guy that rises above all. How deep were the conversations all summer with Morgan in terms of him finding that 60, 70-point kind of feel again for him?
Yeah, I think Morgan and I had a good chat, after the season, and I think it was just a real honest discussion. And what we need is, we don't need anything more than just, we need the best version of Morgan. And what was really gave me a lot of confidence is, you guys know him. He's a proud guy. He's he's a truthful guy, right? We all know when we can be better, and he took it to heart. And like I said, I always laugh at the beginning of every training camp, because everybody's in the best shape of their life, and everybody's either lost 10 pounds or gained 10 pounds, and everybody looks good. But Morgan really, there was a fire to him this summer. We're in the facility, and I don't remember many days that Morgan wasn't here. And so he really put a lot of work in his preparation this year. And you're right. We need, it's not a secret, we need the best version of Morgan. I'm really confident that we're going to get it. But that, it doesn't just stop at Morgan. I like our blue line. We've got, we start the year now with Carlo here, who came late last year. There is depth there. It's an experienced group, and then you've got some guys pushing from underneath, which at the end of the day, to be a good organization, you need that at all positions. You need people pushing, and we certainly have that. So we talk about the 6 or 7 guys, or however many you keep up here, but you're going to go through injuries. And we saw it last year, especially up front. We had a lot of injuries, but I think it can be a real stabilizer for our team, is our defense. But we need all of them contributing to the level that they can. And like I said, through the first, whatever we've been through here now, 5 or 6 days, I've been happy with that. I've been happy with some of the maybe the names that aren't talked so much, that are pushing, and they're eager to get a spot on the roster as well.
All right, the biggest name of them all, Austin Matthews. I was telling the guys here yesterday, I like the fact that he's given the media like a small window to mention Mitch Marner a few more times, and then that's it. It's over. Your early impressions of your captain.
Yeah, I mean, he sets the tone for us. You know, for when you're out, you know, to me, it starts in his preparation. You know, Austin was back here early in the summer, and it's amazing when he shows up. It seems to be everybody else is here now then too, so that he was here probably a month before we got going, and just the preparation he puts. I've said it since I got here. The preparation he puts towards his craft, the way he practices, the level. You know, he sets the standard, and I think for any team, any organization, when your top guys are working the hardest and competing the hardest, that's the level that everybody else has to follow. So he's been dialed in since the start of camp, and he's feeling good physically. He looks good. He looked dangerous last night. It's the first preseason game, first game in a number of months for a lot of guys, but he's been dialed in, and you know, he's the tip of the spear for us, and everybody else follows. So I've been real happy and glad. Just number one, just he's healthy, he's ready, and he looks good.
Brad, we really appreciate your time. Enjoy the ball game tonight.
Oh, it's good to hear you guys back on the air. You can that 6-month hiatus is over. Time to get back to work.
Let's see if you feel that way in about a month.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tree. Appreciate
Brad.
it.
See you guys.
Brad Treelevin, general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Good
All right.
stuff.
So what do you want to pick a few things out of that? We got a little time here. Or you want to go to break?
Well, we got all day. Well, I mean, by all day, I mean 20
All right.
minutes. But what's your first
We're all going to say the same thing. It's the Joseph Walton.
goalie?
goal?
Goalie.
Yeah.
That felt like maybe he's not coming back next week.
No. You don't. Guy doesn't go home, and you know what I found kind of. You know, I mean, listen. We all want to respect whatever's going on. We're not prying or
talking from a
anything,
hockey
but we're just talking from a perspective that, you know, when a guy has a leave of absence and needs to go home for whatever reason or go somewhere, it's not to come back in 3 or 4 days.
No.
So, I don't see him coming back for a month.
Whoa, really?
Think about it.
A
Right?
month? So
Think about it.
October, like almost
conjecture.
like Halloween.
Throwing things.
October it's September 24th.
Listen, and when I say that, I'm talking about how long he'll be out of the lineup.
Yeah, because he's got to ramp back up and
He
gets
needs
practice.
He'll need 10 days,
maybe go to the Marlies for a conditioning
right?
stint or
So
something.
if he's gone for 2 weeks, he'll need close